Hi, it's Jamie with Jamie's Arts a la Cartes. Thank you very much for joining me. I have a fun project planned for us today. I hope this video inspires you to create something of your own. If you would, hit the like button and share the video with your friends. That helps me to grow this channel and to continue to bring you new projects. If you haven't subscribed yet, would you please consider subscribing? And if you have, thank you very much. Well, we have a lot to do, so let's get to it. Hi, it's Jamie with Jamie's Arts a la Cartes. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to create some Easter greeting cards. And I want to take some of this origami paper. It's a super thin paper. Came out of a package that looks like this. And I'm going to run it through my my Big Shot here, and I'm going to create some backgrounds for us to use. I've got some stickers. I've got all kinds of extra sentiments here, my cards and everything, but I need this room. So I'm going to start here and basically just create some backgrounds. So it's not quite, the paper's a little bit wider than the folder, but that's okay because, again, I'm just creating backgrounds. And so if you haven't ever used a Big Shot, you basically just roll it through. Something like that. Push it back through, set it up for the next one. But when you pull this out, it goes, if I can pick it up, it goes from a smooth sheet to this nice embossing. All right, so that's where I'm starting. And in this particular project, I don't really need the whole square done because I'm just trying to create an accent. And the back is even pretty if I want to do just white paper. I have seen white on white cards. They're quite pretty. And maybe someday I'll get to that. Alright, so I did 2 other folders already, right? Both Anna Griffin and both Cuttlebug, and they're just floral prints. Alright, I'm going to get this put up, get our table organized, and then I'll come back to you. Alright, so I've got us sort of sorted out. So this, the box kind of got mangled up. My clerk at Michael's, when I was there the last time, actually dropped it on the floor and it burst. But I made it home with all the cards and I'm able to use them. So here are our cards and envelopes. Nice. Here are our backgrounds, and then I've got all these extra little pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sort of lay out my cards, I think. And I've got stickers, right? I've got some crosses and some Bible verses, since that they are Easter cards. I'll see what I'm going to use there. So here are envelopes. Here are backgrounds. And what I'll do is, I'm just going to, okay, what looks good? Like, I like that one. And maybe put it like that, and have a card like that, that will open up as such. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do next. And then I'm going to pick out what flowers, my washi tape, what embellishments am I going to use. I've got tons and tons and tons that I've saved from all my other kits. So here we go. so I have us sorted out. Got my paper cutter out so I can trim my background. And I am going to just give myself a real rough kind of idea of how I want to cut it. And I'll take it over here. Remember, I sharpened up my edge with that aluminum foil. But it still wants to with the embossing. We'll see if this idea is going to work. So I tore off the corner. So I might have to cut these by hand, which means I'll just draw the line on there. So let me go ahead and just trim this up. Alright, let's see if that's good enough. And this one, the orientation will be like this. I'm going to glue this on using Art Glitter Glue. It'll dry clear for me. Press it down and then figure out how I want to build my card. Maybe this across the top. This down, put this across the top. Okay, don't like it that way. Maybe across the bottom. Then I do have these little foil, and they came with all of the rabbit stuff, the Easter stuff. So like that one, that's a little gold chick. What if we pop that up over here? Now it does need some trimming. Not quite sure why this is like this, but notice it's got some tabs. And just trim it up just a little bit. And I probably will pop this up. Just even one on this little foot right here. Okay. All right, and then we have a couple flowers. Maybe I won't use this. Maybe we just want Maybe over here. Nope, too big. Maybe this one. Just trying to create layers. And have that one bumblebee. I do want a sentiment that I'll save room for right there. Let's see. I was hoping to use something pretty like this and mount a Happy Easter to it. Too big for these cards though. So not that. Okay. Okay. Here's the first one. Okay. That in the center, or maybe and we'll use a couple flowers. Okay. Not like that, or like that. We might be able to go over by just a smidge. Okay, so we'll do that. And we'll do that, and then we can put something up there. Okay. I'm going to glue this one on. some of these pop-up foam dots here. Do I want to use this? No, let's use this up. Because this has got just a smidge on it. That's the end of that. A little bit too long. B here. We've got this to put on. So I bought the Easter items, but everything else is just from my stash, which is pretty nice. I did buy the cards. My last big store trip. There we go. Now, when I get the card all the way done, if I need to trim that flower, I will, but I'm going to pop up the sentiment in here. So I'm going to actually put this a little bit further down, something like that, so it gives room for Happy Easter in there. And I think I'm just going to glue this down since it's already got that 3D effect right there. So we will just glue this on. Again, I'm using art glitter glue. So if I get it somewhere I don't want it to be, it just dries clear. Dries quick, dries strong. Okay. What I did is I went to the edge of that little scrap of paper there and just like that, I've got a very pretty spring card. How about that? Alright, one down. And I'll just put all my little spare bits off to the side. This right here is super easy to cut, right? They came as one piece like that. So I'm just going to go in and take my fine point cutters and just snip that little tab. There's one over here. And so we'll clean it up to be something like that. So that was a nice little feature. They're foily kind of feeling things, right? So they're not paper. They're like a something. I guess they could be paper with some kind of coating on it. But whatever they are, they're really pretty. They're shiny. Lots and lots of detail. Butterfly has lots and lots of detail. Just get them trimmed up, and then they're ready to use. Alright. Didn't use the flowers, that's okay. Alright, we're tootling right along. Again, I'm cutting a background. It's a little bit smaller than my overall card. And I'm just cutting it by hand because the paper is thin enough, and then with the embossing, it was just tearing. So instead of fighting all that, it's just as easy. Go ahead and cut off my little strips here. If it's not perfect, it doesn't really matter because I've got so much I'm adding to the front. It looks like I didn't cut it enough. That's kind of odd. I don't usually. First time I've done that, I went the wrong way, it looks like. I want it to be somewhat straight. Okay. So now we're going to glue it with our art glitter glue. I'm just putting dots because I can't even run this little fine tip on this paper because it was tearing up the paper. So just, and then some of the pieces are like wanting to come loose. So we're just going to, because again we have so much going on the front that you may or may not even see if a piece doesn't stick all the way, right? It comes loose. Go ahead and give it a little twist. And then we look at our piece. We're going to want that to go kind of like that. I think we'll try to put this little dove on this, maybe not this. Definitely want something at the bottom Another thing I've been doing is, because it's ombre paper, which means a darker to a lighter color, and I've actually just been creating like a super fun strip. Or you could do this, right? Okay, I think I'll do this time. Try not to get them on my background. And I don't go all the way to the end because these strips are just a smidge longer than the card. And I see I've got a pucker right here, so I just want to go in and make sure it's all down good. I'm going to go to the corner. I'm actually going to make 2 stripes with this. Kind of like that. Something like that. Open up the card. Give it a nice trim right here. Trim the decorative paper without cutting my card. Okay, so there are those pieces. So let's, something like that. And I've been letting this overhang a little bit. And I'll come in and put this here. Probably not use this. A little bit too big for what we got going. Do I want that, or do I just want one single rose? I think I like this one. Okay. So I want to go ahead and glue this one down because I want it in the very back. Okay. Oh, you know what? I had this fun thing. Let's see. What do we want to do with it? Yeah, we're still going to put this thing down. Okay. Let's glue this down. Try not to do that. Still got plenty of glue. I'll go here. coming off the edge, give myself just a tiniest little white line over here. Okay. It's looking nice. I'm liking the way it's building. I might leave this little area over here for my sentiment, and we can pop that up right there maybe. Alright, we are going to okay. Tells me where to put it back at. Just put some glue on here. And here. Alright, so let's put this one down. Our little chicks. Could even do is go back here and just press. Make sure it's making good contact. That looks good. And now we will put some foam dots on this little piece. Some foam strips. We want it to pop up just a smidge. Trim this just a smidge right here. That's where it was connected. Now we'll get rid of our backings and mount our little dove. Okay, and want our dove right in here somewhere, and then that leaves for a sentiment right there, or maybe even right in there. And if I do, then maybe I'll come back and put something else there, like a big butterfly. Would be pretty, right? We'll see about that, but that's where we will leave that until we figure out the rest of it. How about that? Of course, I'm going to come in and stamp all the backs. I'm literally just letting them stand here and dry because I needed the room. All right, we'll keep tootling. We got maybe a handful more to do. And that goes there. Got these different strips. Alright, so what I decided is I had these really pretty religious kind of stickers, right, to go with my Easter cards. So what I did is I just put some stickers instead of printing out. That's a little bit different than what I've done before, and then did something inside. Right, so now I'm going to stamp the backs, but here we are. So nothing on the front, but like this one says, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy might. Deuteronomy 6:5, and then a little hope. So these will be my Easter cards this year. And this is another one. I gotta get that little wrinkle out right there. And all things whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing you shall receive. Matthew 21:22. Just thought that was a nice way to finish off these cards. So how I always end my cards, right? I always try to sign the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set several out. And I want to make sure they go the right way. So it's going to be like this. And these go like this. So I'll put this here. Yeah, I want it to go like that and like that. It's getting the orientation correct. Way over here, here, and like I stuck some on the outside, stuck some on the inside, so just a variety this time. So this will be just a fun way to say Happy Easter to family and friends. So my stamp says created by hand, inspired by life. One of a kind, art created by, and then I put my initials. There we are. There are our cards. So a little bit of stash, some new little embellishments, right? But like that and that came from the new package. But everything else I had on hand. I think they turned out really pretty. Yeah, look at that. I love that little embellishment. Right. Very, very different. one's really fun. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, like it, share it with your friends. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, would you please consider subscribing? And I'll zoom in and get you some close-ups. But until next time, happy crafting. Happy Easter. Alright, I'll get some close-ups for you.